Hello, my name is Starlight. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and I'm reaching out to all of you beautiful souls out there. I hope you're able to get out in nature, and before I get too carried away, like right now today is August 21st, and before you know it, we will be hitting fall. So it's so important to get out in nature now while it's still beautiful out, and like my birthday will be this Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. And so it is so important right now is to get out and enjoy that beautiful weather. I have noticed throughout history in my life is throughout my time is a lot of people seem to really get out near fall time, but why wait? Enjoy it now. It doesn't get too hot these days, at least in my area. Like it's been like 80 something, and it doesn't really hit any higher. The mornings are cooler, so you really want to get out there now and enjoy it while you can. So, not everybody loves winter, so, I know in my area, believe me, when winter hits, I hear so many complaints, and I'm running away. I'm like, because I love winter, and but I don't go out as much as I would in the summer, because it does get cold. So you want to enjoy the weather while we have it. Anyway, if you are new to my YouTube channel, welcome. You can find me on YouTube at Starlight, and that's Kathy with a K, Dingman. Plus, you can also, if you want to see a change in this world, I hope so, or do you like the way things are going? I hope not. But if you want to see a change in the world by giving my videos a thumbs up, that will help with YouTube to share my videos more out there on YouTube. And besides liking, you can also share my videos with your friends, your family, your cat, your dog, your lizard. Wow, you have a lizard. Now, wow, Starlight loves lizards too. It's so funny. I do. I love all the animals. They are something. I did know somebody that had a pet lizard, and I forgot what kind it was, but it was a beautiful green, like the Geico commercials, so they are very beautiful. And so you could share, my videos with your lizards, or lizard. Besides sharing is also you could subscribe to my YouTube channel, and don't forget the notification bell. And also you can leave a message down below, bing, bing, bing. And plus, if you want to follow me, you can on Instagram, and that is at 1995 Starlight, and also on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman. So Starlight, Kathy with a K, Dingman, Starlight. So anyway, I had a really interesting morning at my apartment. I had the city inspector come to check all my alarms, so he got an eyeful here. They always come in one way and they never leave the same. People change after they walk in my apartment, but I get a lot of laughs over this. But anyway, I do love all of you, and this video is about people, like out there. You might be one that I'm talking to right now. Yeah, you. Maybe, because I know what it's like, has your life been felt like hell, from the beginning that you started all the way, and maybe until now, maybe your life has just been, no matter what you do, nothing ever works out right, where your family, it could be your family you have issues with, or they have issues with you, You know, you might not have any friends. You might not be able to fit in. You know, it might have nothing to do with who you are. You know, maybe, you know, like relationships with men or women have never worked out for you. You know, and as far as jobs goes, you know, or education goes, you know, you might have not had a great education, or maybe you did graduate, you know, like, and got your diploma, but still, you just never seem to have enough or make enough money to make, you know, like, to pay everything. And, you know, there's a lot of people out in the world that are either going through this where, you know, they are struggling, you know, like, and I just recently had a therapist appointment. You're like, you, Starlight? Yes, for support. That's having self-love. You know, I care about myself, and right now I'm going through some funky stuff, and I need somebody to talk to, and I just can't talk to just anyone. I need to talk to somebody that knows some stuff, you know, and so the thing is, if you feel like your life has been hell, you know, there's a lot of people out there. But the reason why I brought up my therapist is because that area, in Albany area, and where I live, is that's the city area. And, you know, almost anytime I go through that area, you know, if I park my car, you know, I've actually have homeless people almost every single time I drive through there, or if I walk on the streets. And that happened that day with my appointment with my therapist. You know, I didn't even get 5 minutes away from the building, and already, you know, a guy and a girl, you know, like a couple, they were out there trying to get money. They were saying it was for their kids' diapers. You know, I didn't have any cash on hand at the time, so did they need diapers? Only God knows. Only, you know, they know, you know, because there's a lot of people that have drug addictions out in these areas, you know, and then again, right in front, you know, of the building where I was, another lady, you know, had a cup, you know, looking for people to give her some change, you know. So these people are struggling. In my heart, you know, I met some beautiful people that day. The universe guided me to be able to talk to, it's funny, a girl named, you know, the same, I can't tell you the name, but her name was the same as my daughter. And I'm like, wow, isn't that, you know, just like funny how the universe guided me to talk to her. And so I had like about 10 minutes because I had to go to my appointment. You know, I told them right away when I met them. And, you know, I got to, you know, like, get hugs, and they said, you know, like, you are so beautiful. And, you know, sometimes we don't really see ourselves like that, but they saw the, you know, the energy inside of me. It's not about my outward. I was wearing a beautiful shirt that day that says, today is a good day to be happy. You know, so I was in that love frequency, going through the area, trying to help the people out in that area as I'm going to my appointment. You know, so it is beautiful to run across people like that. And, you know, last night I was hanging out, you know, in my area again at a different park, and there's a few homeless people there. And we got such a great connection, and I got a hug from them too. So, you know, there's people out there that are struggling, you know, and then there's people that just lost their homes, you know, out there, and that is so sad that, you know, there's people that don't know what it's like to lose their home, and then there's people out there that take their homes for granted. They, you know, they don't appreciate the things that they do have, you know, or like if they see somebody that's without, they don't even want to help them out. You know, so there's a lot going on in this world, and I don't want you to be afraid, is that these are the signs of the times to, you know, like, to wake up and really to change the way you are living. And it really has a lot to do with how you think. You know, your thoughts, sorry about that, your thoughts are very powerful, and you have to, you know, like, if you've gone through hell, you know, like maybe you've gone through abuse with your family, or in relationships, man or female, not just females get abused by men. It's guys can be abused by women too, but differently, so with that note is if you have gone through some kind of abuse and, like in it really has a way of like holding, you end up, you're not even aware of it, you have an aura. And when horrible things go on is that there's energy that gets locked inside of your body without you even realizing it. And a lot of people try to close their heart space by not letting anybody back in because they've been hurt. Maybe they've been cheated on. Maybe they've been used, because somebody just seen that they had money and they had a job and they took them for everything they had. Maybe they were not faithful. Maybe they were abusive or into drugs or whatever the situation is. And if you don't really seek help, really a therapist, there's no problem of, you have to really put your pride down on that part and not worry about what anybody else thinks. You don't even have to tell anybody your business. The less that you tell people, you're better off. If you don't trust the people that you are around, you don't want to go and tell people that, I'm going to go see a therapist. A lot of times people are like, they might tell you, oh, you don't need a therapist, or why are you going to a therapist, where it will make you question, why are you seeing a therapist? But if you've gone through a lot, it is very important that you can actually talk to somebody and express yourself, where you don't have to worry about that person going around and spreading your business around. That therapist, whether it's a guy or girl, can help you to, and it is something how it really helps you out. The other thing that I've learned also is I've done this in the past. I was writing a book actually it was a while back, more than a year ago, and it was very painful what I was writing in my computer, and the funny thing is that while I was writing, I was getting healed through writing exactly. I'm a Virgo, so I always have details in my stuff, where I was really expressive in what I was talking about and details, and I realized I couldn't really start a book like the way it was, even though everything that I wrote was absolutely true. It was all negative. It was horrible stuff, but what I was learning is that I had a hard time writing that book because the abuse that was happening, in those years, so I was getting healed, through that. I was actually also putting pieces together, things that I never thought about, it is something how the puzzle pieces started fitting better, and it is something where, I realized that I could not write that book anymore. I had to let that book go because that's not, I realized that even though I was getting healed through writing that book, so sometimes writing things down is really helpful, to get healed and to, it's going to bring up feelings and emotions that happened, whatever you went through, whatever kind of abuse, or, some people go through some torment in life, is that it brings it up. And the other thing that I've learned is guided meditations are so valuable. Some people don't understand guided meditations. Why do people even do it? But it's your chakras, you got a lot going on with your chakras. If you've gone through abuse, whether it's your family members or a stranger or an ex, like a guy or a girl or whoever, has been in your circle that has hurt you, that has a way of affecting your chakras in such a way that it is so important to learn how to do guided meditations. Plus, also on top of that is that, our thought patterns. I just met a girl on the street, and I don't think she gave me her name, but she was the girl that was holding a cup, you know, and I asked the universe to guide me that day, you know. Oh, sorry. Oh. And I told her about my YouTube channel because I want to help people. You know, I've seen that she's got a cup. You know, I don't know if she's got any drug addictions or why she needs money. You know, sometimes it could be food, but there are a lot of places out there that will give you food for free. You know, so, you know, sometimes it's because people need alcohol or cigarettes or drugs, you know, whatever. But, you know, what I was telling her is that she's got to, you know, her way of thinking is not helping. You know, so your way of thinking could be easily tripping you up, you know. So you got to really take some time out in your life to learn how to heal yourself. And how I healed myself is that I did watch a YouTuber, and I am going to definitely give you his name, and that's Infinite Waters Ralph Smart. He, you know, I was a mess, you know, before I found this YouTube channel, and I've gotten tremendous help. This is the reason why I'm actually starting my own YouTube channel, is because he inspired me to do this. Is that you really gotta reprogram your way of thinking. And you know, like with my apartment, the way it is, you know, the fire inspection guy that came in Starlight's apartment, it's too funny. You know, my landlord wanted to come back in because he loves walking into my apartment. He's blown away. And but I have signs all through, you know, in my bedroom, my kitchen, this space here, in my kitchen, definitely my bedroom. That's how I even have signs right here in front of me. All is well. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. And my memory's getting better. You got to be careful what you say. You know, and I said that is because I caught myself, is sometimes I talk about my memory, is that, you know, if you say negative stuff, you can cause negative things to happen in your life. So you got to really watch out the words, and what you say, you know, is very important of changing things around in your life, whether you've gone through hell or not. If you're thinking negative thoughts, I got a lot of positive stuff. I got love flowing in this space here. When that fire inspector guy came in here, you know, I got 3 things that says love right there, you know, actually 4. I got artwork that has love. My bedroom, you know, I got stars all over here that has like affirmations and all kinds of goodies, you know, like to, you know, it helps me because I was saying a lot that, you know, my memory, you know, and if you say like you can't do something, well, then you're not going to be able to, because you're bringing that into existence. You're bringing that into your existence. And if you think that you're not enough and you feel that you're not enough, well, that's exactly what you're going to create. So you got to really be careful with what you think. You know, your thoughts are not your own. You know, so I have the archangels, and if you ever need really some serious help, please check out my video, my very first video that I created on YouTube, and it's Are You Searching for Guidance? Check out all my Archangel, Universe and Archangel videos. There's so much help in those videos. You know, really the Are You Searching for Guidance video is so important. You know, this is how the universe and God speaks to you, sends signs. You know, like, it's funny, I decided to walk across the river. Normally I would drive there, you know, and but I decided, you know, I'm just gonna walk across the river. So I did. I walked across, and you know, I wasn't even thinking, but, you know, the numbers were there. And so I'm like, huh, you know, and you got to really pay attention to numbers all around you. They're everywhere. They're all over the place. You know, as I was walking, they're on telephone poles, you know, they might be on numbers on the, you know, telephone numbers on your way. You know, so when you're walking, you know, pay attention to the road signs, the numbers that are up in the air for the roads, you know, the speed limit signs. You know, of course, when you're walking, you're not going to go that far of a distance as if you were driving. So when you're driving, you're going to see a lot more numbers popping up. But pay attention to license plates numbers, telephone numbers. If you see like repeated numbers like I did yesterday, it was a license plate number, you know, and it had, you know, I'm just going to make up a number. This is not, it was not the number, but say if it said 75. Ah, okay, I'm going to look up what does number 75 mean. And the universe is going to give you a message through the archangels. And that you gotta, if you listen to the message and you ignore the message and you don't do anything with the message, then nothing happens. You're going to stay stuck and things are going to get worse because the angels want to get your attention. They send these numbers out to get your attention. Sometimes, you know, even like with my dreams, I get dreams sometimes and I wake up and I'm fuzzy and I can't quite remember them dreams, and they're trying to give me messages. I might have got bits and pieces, like I couldn't believe that dream I had last night, you know, like why did starlight, you know, like, you know, it's just gross, you know, and so I have to look that up. What does that mean? You know, it's a gross dream, you know, like, you know, even when I woke up this morning, you know, I'm like, a dream within a dream within a dream within a dream. How do I even know if I'm dreaming right now? You know, am I really awake right now, or am I still dreaming? I'm blown away. So it is kind of funny, you know. I've actually had dreams where, you know, when you thought it was real, and sometimes you're questioning in the dream, this is so crazy and this is so horrible, that what I'm going through in your dream state, and then you're like, am I dreaming? And not long right after that, boom, you wake up and then you're on your bed and you're like, wow, you know, like I'm so grateful that was a dream, but am I dreaming right now? So it is dreams, you know, and I don't want to repeat everything I put in that video for Are You Searching for Guidance, but really check those videos out. Any of the, you know, I have lots of videos out there, really. So depending on really what you're searching for, you know, I got, I don't want to go through the whole list, but you can check my playlist out. But Are You Searching for Guidance is my very first video. I wanted to dedicate that to the universe and the archangels, saying thank you. You know, so I did get a message yesterday. I got a lot of numbers yesterday, you know, and it had to do with my thoughts. You know, there's times that we think that because we're not saying anything negative, we think we're in the clear, okay, and then the universe, boom, pops out a number at you, and, you know, it's the angels are tapping on you, you know, and saying, Starlight, you know, because they, you know, I might have been in fear, thinking about something, not even aware that I was even doing it, but the universe knows about that, and, you know, you got to really be careful what you allow as far as your thoughts go. You know, you want them as a passing cloud. You don't want to like start worrying about stuff, you know, maybe your financial situation or relationships, you know, your job, you know, whatever you're going through, your health, you know, if you're stressed out, there's some people that they got problems, you know, and you want to help them out, and you know that they're worried about this, but then they're in denial. They don't even want to admit that they're stressed out about this. Oh no, I'm great. I'm not even worried. And then later on, they bring up the problem that they're dealing with. You know, so some people they will lie and deny that they even need help. You know, and you got to let go of that pride that you're holding in. You know, you got to let that pride out of you. Sorry, you know, that pride is what's gonna mess you up in a wrong way, you know, where you gotta let go of that pride and you gotta be honest with yourself. Forget about everybody else. If you have a habit of lying, first, number one, learn to be honest with yourself. I can't express that as far as I can, really. Learn to be honest with yourself. If you're having a bad day, be honest. It's okay that you're having a bad day. You know, it's a part of life. those bad days will help you to get stronger later on. And I know it's a tough one. I know what it's like when you're having a really rotten day and somebody could be really doing good, and then they will tell you, hey, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, at the time, that could really get you upset inside, because here they're just, everything's going great for them. Maybe they're not even in a relationship, but they're happy, they got a good job. They're not, maybe you're hurting in a financial area, but maybe they got so much money they don't know what to do with. Where with somebody that's way up here and you feel like you're way down here, it's like, like your mind just like burst, because it's a hard thing to hear at that time. But really, the universe wants to help you. The universe is not, like I thought before, am I being punished? What, serious, am I being punished? What did I do to deserve this? But the universe and, God is trying to bring attention to certain areas that you need to pay attention. We got to stop being distracted by other people in the world or things in the world. There's things and people out there that distract us. It could be your family, it could be your friend, it could be somebody you just met, that they're pulling you away and getting you to, getting your mind and attention, like say if you smoke pot or drink alcohol, or you love to have sex. Well, those are tools, that people can use to pull you in those weak areas that you have. Maybe you're weak in those areas where, like, oh my, you just can't get enough sex. There's sex addictions out there. It's not just drug addictions or gambling addictions. There's all kinds of addictions out there, and it doesn't take long for a habit to start where it ends up becoming an addiction. So you really gotta, really think, is where's your time being spent? Are you taking enough time in your day-to-day life to focus on yourself? Forget it, do what I did. What I did like a couple of years ago? I have been on vacation. I went on vacation. I haven't gotten back off of vacation, and soon I'll be really going on a vacation. I want to go camping, so is that you got to let go of those kind of people and just focus on yourself. If you feel inside that there's something like alarms are going on in your body, like every day, like you're dreading what the day is going to bring. When you wake up, you're just like, you're in that low negative energy feeling. And I know I've been there. That's why I can talk this stuff. If I've been there, I know what it's like waking up and fearing what the next day is going to bring. Because what you're experiencing right now, like financially wise or relationship wise, or maybe where you live you don't like, maybe the job that you have that you hate, and it is something, is that you don't want to start your morning off like that, though. You want to wake up and, like, what, let go of yesterday. You can't do nothing about what happened in the past. Like, there's days I goofed up and did something in the daytime, and I'm like, it was a lesson, though. It was a lesson for me not to do that today. I wrote a comment on one a YouTuber that I subscribe to, and I'm like, he said, he made a statement to help people out, is like, every day is like a new day. So today is a new day. You be thankful that today is a new day. You got today to start all over again. You don't want to bring the negative energy from yesterday into today's energy. And also what I learned a long time ago, you don't want to overdo, like today, you got so much energy to get yourself through one day. Don't get yourself overstressed and worried about stuff where it's stealing energy, like, for tomorrow. You gotta make sure you're balanced and take good care of yourself. Make sure you're eating right. Make sure you're getting your vegetables and your fruit and your protein. And I'm a vegan, so I eat peanut butter or nuts. So you want to make sure you're taking really good care of yourself. And you might have to let go of a lot of people in your life that's tripping you up. if there's people out there that want you to party, sometimes it's what happens to people is that they're going through shit in their life, but then they, they go to these parties and they think it's making them feel good, but it's stealing your time. It's taken, it is not healthy for you to go out and do those kind of parties, especially if it's it's not the good kind of music, like the 432 hertz music. That music can dumb you down. It could really mess you up. It could trip you up. It could keep you at a lower frequency where you can never rise above. So you want to make sure the kind of music, and the people, what kind of people are you hanging out with? Are you hanging out with people that are bringing you down or distracting you, getting you to go and do things that, is taking you from the time that you could be by spending time with yourself, learning about guided meditations? Go on YouTube, I made videos about guided meditations, tips on guided meditations, like for beginners, where a lot of things are going on in your chakras and your aura. And when you're connected with other people, their auras get mixed up. And, it's like you could get easily dirty by hanging out with other people. So Starlight's got a habit is if I go out, even if you go in a grocery store, you're going to get really close to people. And you don't know what kind of energy they got in their body, and you're, like they had in COVID about being 6 feet apart. Some people are still trying to do that today. I notice when I go in certain lines, certain places, where that 6 foot, 6 feet away, I'm not sure how far away your aura goes, but, that 6 foot, if you, it's kind of funny if you stay 6 foot away, you want to be mixing with their energy, because that stuff is contagious like the virus. And if you're not going home, and I use sage in my apartment, I did this morning, I had candles lit here, incense in here. Before that, like when this guy comes in my home, well, I don't know what kind of stuff he's carrying in his body, who he is. I don't know nothing. He walked in every space in my apartment. And yeah, he got an eyeful. He was just like, like he even asked me a question. So it is funny though, I love when people come in here. So you got to make sure the words that come out of your mouth, if you are talking a negative talk, self-doubting yourself, you really got to, like I do, I got a whole bunch of sticky notes all over here, stars all over here, reminders to stay positive, all is well. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. I am rich, I am abundant, I am enough, I have enough, and, like I've been learning is, don't look at what you don't have, focus on what you do have. You are the one creating your own reality. And the angels want to help you out, and those numbers really, you might think it's crazy, and you got to understand those angels in the universe knows you better than you know yourself. I do. I love all of you. And, last night, I'm going to just quickly say the story, is, the homeless people, it is so sweet. Here I'm always helping them out. And last night, you know what? They got free food from a vehicle that outreach out in this area that they do. It's a van of people that volunteer their time to help people out that are homeless. And it was so sweet. They got a lot of good food out there, whether it's meat or whatever. It is way different than before. Before I only seen them give the same kind of sandwiches over and over again, but now they're getting healthier stuff, for their bodies so they can take good care of themselves. And so I got a good connection with this couple out there. And I'm not going to say their names because, I don't want to say their names, but, and it was so beautiful. They are homeless, and but they are with their twin flame, and it's so beautiful. I mean, and I just seen the love coming out of this couple, and they're both homeless, but they're in love. God has blessed them with a twin flame. They actually met their twin flame, by being homeless. So, just because some people are going through a bad time, it doesn't mean good things can happen to you during those times that you feel that are bad. Those times that you feel that are bad are areas that the universe and God like wants to teach you and show you where you need to change, what things that you need to let go of, or things that you need to do in order to change your living situation around. And that couple was so sweet. They were hungry, and I, like I was visiting with them for about a half hour at this point when I was talking with them and getting a real good connection with them. And they offered me food. Starlight loves salad. And I don't remember when I had a salad last. And it's so funny, they didn't know this, is that I was thinking, that salad looks so good. And I wanted, I got hungry. It was near my dinner time. And, I didn't want to take food, from people that are homeless. But they were so sweet. They offered Starlight a salad. Isn't that funny? I never even asked for that salad. But the universe knew my thoughts, knew that Starlight was eyeballing their salad. I've helped out so many homeless people throughout my life. So many people throughout. I gave stuff away, truckloads, really. To all kinds of people, I gave for Salvation Army stores, secondhand stores, everything that I've ever owned, carload after carload, dropping stuff off, my gas money that it took to bring this there, and it's so funny, I had a backpack with me. They did give me the salad. They didn't want to see me sitting there not eating while they were eating their dinner, and they were so sweet. And, I had stuff in my backpack, and I started looking through my backpack. I had a notebook. I had some incense, that I used, and some tea tree candles that I had, and what else? Lighters. And so what I did is, because they were so sweet, they gave me food that, was for them. They're the ones that's homeless. And they gave me that, and I was able to find stuff in my bag to give to them, because I knew that maybe they could use these items to help them out. Incense to clear out the energy in their area. Candles, when they're at nighttime, they can have like a nice, a romantic little night with because they're a twin flame couple. And see, this is how the universe works. The universe and the angels, is I just had a really awesome time with that couple, and they were so touched, because here I'm giving them stuff. I'm like, hey, you gave me that salad, I am so grateful for, you giving me that salad. That was very good. I'm a vegan, so I did have some chicken and some cheese in there. We just gave that to the animals. The animals will eat that, some animal or another will be like, hey, I love this cheese. Or the chicken that was in there. But it is beautiful how, the archangels really are there to help you out. That's why it's so important to really get those numbers, like if you see a number repeated, like on a license plate, like I said, like it could be 7575 on a license plate. Well, check out, what does 75 mean? And you'd be amazed that the universe has information for you to help you so you can figure out what you need to do to get out of the situation where you are. But if you don't do what the universe tells you to do, they are going to repeat the number somewhere or another, or give you the message some other way. And if you do not actually do anything about that information, it could make your problem worse than what you are now. So you do not want that to happen. You don't want to make problems worse, where you're getting down in a hole more because you didn't do what they wanted you to do, or you were too prideful to do the things. If they said you need to go and help somebody else, go and help somebody. I didn't have to give the homeless people my notebook, my incense and my candles, and the lighters didn't have a lot in there, but I'm gonna get more in my backpack for the next time to be a blessing to them people. I have a huge heart for people, and I even showed them I have a picture of my twin flame on my phone. Right when I get done with my PIN number, boom, there's my twin flame. And then when that goes off, he's there again on my screen, 2 different pictures. So they were surprised to see who my twin flame is, because the way this couple was, it was the same thing. It was not that there's any, this is all illusion, what we look like, so race is an illusion. But it was a man of color and a woman of color, and their ages were so different, so we're all spirit beings. So it's so beautiful where we had so much in common. Like, I'm a Virgo, and this guy was a Virgo. His lady friend, they're already calling each other wife and husband, where his lady, his wife, is a Pisces, 3-3. Isn't that funny? It is just so funny how all this stuff works, how the universe, connected me with these people. He's a beautiful guy from Jamaica, and I was like, huh. And he knew a lot of things that I knew. So he was very spiritual, so him and I really connected, and she's the one that's learning from him, and they're teaching each other. We were all like really a great connection, and I really needed that, You're never alone, everybody is, we're all connected. So I love you so much, and so I wanted to tell you that story real quick. Is so important, to ask, you can desire things. I desire to have some food, universe, and the angels will guide you, to get that food that your body needs, I desire, to have some salad. And it is so beautiful how the universe will guide you. I desire to have some water, and then boom, there's water. I desire to meet my twin flame, and boom, hey, what are you doing here? So it is so beautiful how the angels work, but you got to do the work that they want you to do, or you're going to miss out on those opportunities, and you can make your life worse, more lessons to learn. And, things can get backed up, and then it takes you longer, but I love you so much, and stay positive, really focus on what you want and not what you don't want. It's so important to do that. And that is my message for today. All is well. You have to believe that. Do those affirmations. The I am affirmations. They're awesome. You can find them on YouTube or even Google that. So I do. I love you. You can give this video a thumbs up. You can share my video with a family member, a friend. And I made a video last night. The closest I've ever been to one is a groundhog. I can't believe it. It was a baby groundhog, and it wasn't even, I was in a love frequency. And I just got done, seeing this couple, and I was so bubbled over and so grateful. And the groundhog popped, it was just right there, and I did make a video of that. So I will put that out on Facebook when I can. So yeah, you could share your video with a groundhog, and you could subscribe to my YouTube channel. Plus, don't forget the notification bell, and you can leave a message down below, and if you want, you can follow me on Instagram, and that's at 1995 Starlight, or on Facebook at Kathy with a K, Dingman Starlight. So anyway, I do love you. Be positive, go get some therapy. You don't have to tell anybody, it's none of their business.